Hi, I'm Andy Webb from BeCleverWithYourCash.com and welcome back to my channel. Now in this video I want to share with you what I think is the best value for money and the ways to save some money for those TV and movie streaming services, whether that's Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, Now TV, Apple TV Plus or any of the others. So up until now, there have been maybe 3 streaming services in the UK, TV streaming services that people have been paying for. So that's your Now TV, your Amazon Prime Video and your Netflix. And potentially you might have all 3 of them, okay? You might be paying for each of them. Not too expensive, not the most expensive thing, potentially roughly the same amount of money as you would be paying for something like Sky TV. But this is all changing now because we've got Apple TV Plus now available. We've got Brit Boxes coming soon, and next year we should have Disney Plus as well. That will bring us to 6 of the key streaming services. Buy all of them, pay for them every single month, and your bill is going to be pretty hefty. So how do you make them more affordable? How do you spend less on these streaming services? Well, I'll take you through a few tricks for all the different services in a bit, but the main thing, the main takeaway you should take from this is don't pay for all of them. I think having more than 2, paying for more than 2 of them at once is probably a waste of money. There's so much content on these networks, so much TV and so many movies to watch that it's impossible to actually make the most out of them every single month if you are using 2 or 3 or 4, 5 or 6 or more of them. Ideally, you just pay for 1 at a time. And that's going to be the best way to save money on these services without a doubt. Of course, you might not want to do that. You might have a few things going on, maybe different priorities in the household. So you might want to have a couple that can still be affordable. Okay. But that's the main thing you should think about here is what are you actually watching? What do you want to watch? Now, there is so much TV out there right now. I've actually written a list on my phone of the shows that I still need to see, I still want to see. And that's with me watching a lot of content as well, right? There's a huge amount. And some of them have more programs than others. Some of them I could probably get through in a couple of weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks and watch all the stuff that's on there at that moment. So what you need to think about then is prioritizing and ideally only paying for 1 or 2 at a time. The beautiful thing about these services compared to Sky or Virgin or BT is that you aren't tied in for a long time. You haven't got a 12, 18-month contract. I mean, you have to pay those high amounts of money every single month, whether you're watching programs or not. With these streaming services, you are locked in for just 30 days. So before that 30 days finishes every month, you can cancel it. If you want to carry on, you can then sign up again, renew it, or activate your service again for another month if you want to stick with one particular service or use the opportunity to move to a different one. Now, early on, if you have only ever used 1 of these, maybe 2 of these, you need to make sure you're making the most out of the free trials. So Now TV has a 7-day free trial on its entertainment pass. Not fantastic. It used to be 30 days, then it was 2 weeks. There used to be one on the cinema one as well. Now it is just 7 days for entertainment. But if you haven't tried it, you may as well give it a go. Amazon will give you 30 days free trial. Netflix will give you a 30-day free trial. Apple TV Plus will give you a 7-day free trial. Well worth giving all of those a go before you pay for any of the others. You max out the content you can for absolutely nothing. After that, what do you do? Well, that's what I'm going to guide you through now, helping you pick what I think are the best value for money ones and a few other tricks to bring down the price of those different payments. Now, the first one I want to talk about is Now TV. The reason I want to kick off with this is because if you are currently paying for Sky TV, don't. Stop paying for Sky. As long as your contract is finished, end it with them and instead move over to Now TV, because Now TV is Sky TV. It's just on demand, right? You don't have a satellite dish. You don't have a box to record on. All you do is you watch it through the internet and it's on demand. Like all of these services are, they're on demand, okay? So you can't record stuff you can only watch it while it's on demand, but most of the time that's not going to be any difference if you're already using services like iPlayer or any of the other streaming services, okay? Very, 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 very much cheaper than paying for those same channels through Sky. Now, one of the problems you do get with Now TV is that it's split into different passes. It's not just one payment for all the different options. You actually can choose. In a way, it's quite good because it brings your costs down. You can choose between the entertainment pass, which is $8.99. That has gone up recently. There is a cinema pass, That is $11.99 a month. There is a kids pass at $3.99 a month and a reality TV pass at $3.99 as well. Now, again, if you get all of those at the same time, you're not actually probably going to save yourself much money over Sky. If you really need all of those, or you absolutely have to, and you are going to use them all, then maybe see if you can get a deal with Sky. But if, like me, you just want the entertainment channels, you just want Sky Atlantic and Sky One, maybe Fox, and a few of the others, then that's $8.99 a month is really, really, really good value compared to what you would have paid for those same channels with Sky. Now, the flip side with this is, for me, I find personally, although there is the must-see TV on there, obviously Game of Thrones is finished now, but there are lots of really, really good shows. I think some of the best shows are available via Now TV on Sky Atlantic or Sky One or some of the other channels. They do come and go. They might only be on for a couple of months after the last episode has aired and then disappear. And then it might come back later on. And then it might go and then it might come back. So you do have to time when you have these passes pretty well to make sure that you are going to be able to watch what you want to watch. The little trick, if you want to watch new things that are on The Walking Dead, for example, on Fox, it's a very cheap way to get access to that. Well, if you only want it for a month, wait until all the episodes have aired and then watch it all together, as long as you can avoid any spoilers that are going on, rather than paying for 2 months to watch all the episodes. You're paying just for one. That's a little trick that I've used in the past. But you should never really pay full price with Now TV either. Although it says $8.99 a month for that entertainment pass, you can get it a lot cheaper. A few ways to do this: you can look for special offers, special deals in the shops. I've got an article on the blog which shares the top ones that I find. One of those often involves buying a gift card, a multiple month gift card that used to be £15 for 3 months. I think that's going to change now that Now TV put the prices up on this. But even if it does go up just by £1 per month, that's still cheaper than the full price direct with Now TV. Sometimes you can buy passes with a streaming stick. You might need that if you haven't got the app on your TV. You whack it in the back of your TV in the HDMI port, and it lets you, with a little remote control, watch services like Now TV and some of the others through an app. Often they are cheaper getting it in that bundle than buying them separately. And also there's a trick to cancel. Every time your month comes to an end, before it auto-renews, these do all auto-renew, okay? So make sure you know when those dates are to avoid getting charged for stuff you're not going to watch. Go to cancel and choose the option that says it costs too much, and more often than not you get offered an option to for a discounted month, 2 months, 3 months at a little bit less. And if you cancel it, keep an eye on your inbox as well, because often you'll get emailed special deals to tempt you back in as well. So I recently cancelled my Now TV because I was going on holiday for a couple of weeks. I knew I wasn't going to watch anything on there, and as it happened, there wasn't a huge amount on at that time that I wanted to watch. And I've been sent an email just this week offering me at $3.99 a month, so more than 50% off. Might take it, I might wait. It depends. And the reason I might wait is because Netflix has a huge amount of content that I want to watch on it, okay? Loads and loads and loads and loads. In fact, it has so much content and so much quality content that is my best value for money one, I think, just in terms of what you are able to watch. I don't think you can ever run out of content to watch on Netflix, whether that's TV, drama, comedy, documentaries, or movies. Yes, there are less movies than you might get with a Sky Cinema Pass on Now TV, but I don't think you possibly could watch all those movies on Now TV in a month to make it worth the extra money, that extra £12 a month, whereas you could, and there are different price points for Netflix, watch plenty of movies over on Netflix as well as some really good TV. So why do I think it's best value for money? Great content at these prices. For standard definition to watch on one channel, one TV, one device at once, it's $5.99. That is really, really good, I think. For $8.99, you get HD quality video, and you can watch it on 2 devices at once and download it to 2 devices as well. So that makes it pretty good, particularly say 2 of you are commuting on a train. You can both watch different shows at the same time, or in a household, 2 different rooms watching 2 different programs at the same time. If you want more rooms, more devices, up to 4 devices, and 4K quality where the content is 4K, because just because you've got a 4K TV doesn't mean that what you're watching will be 4K. It has to be, produced in 4K, ultra high definition. That will cost you $11.99 with Netflix. Now, I think you don't need 4K quality. Really, there's not as much content on there that really justifies the extra price. It's only really worth it if you have a big household and you want to watch 4 things at once. Most people, I think, are going to be absolutely fine with that HD $8.99 a month and watching it on 2 devices. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, I don't pay for Netflix. I use my mates or my friends or my brothers or whatever it is login details and maybe chuck them a few quid, whatever it might be. Well, lots of people do that, don't they? And Netflix are onto this. They've said very recently that they're going to try and crack down on this because the less people that pay for it, the less money they have. And there is a lot of competition out there. So I think, although you might be getting away with it right now, you might want to consider whether you prioritize Netflix and get your own account in the future. But let's just see how that pans out. But it's not just great TV that's on there. Lots of really good programs that I like to watch. There also is a growing number of really, really good films. So Martin Scorsese's new movie is going to be, after a couple of weeks in the cinema, that is just on Netflix. And they're doing that more and more with different directors and different actors, as well as producing their own content. So there is so much on there to watch at, I think, a very reasonable $8.99 a month compared to what you'd be paying for other stuff. That I think if you only want one service and you're not worried about that must-see stuff from America on things like Sky Atlantic and Fox, that should be the one to go for. But there is one caveat there, because you might already be paying for a streaming service, because you might already have Amazon Prime. Now, this costs £79 a year. Lots of people get it because you get next day free delivery and you get access to some of the sales like Prime Day, extra discounts on things like Black Friday. Lots and lots of different things bundled in for this Amazon Prime subscription. You also get Amazon Prime Video. Now, Amazon Prime Video does confuse people a little bit sometimes because there are two parts to it. There's the stuff that is included with Prime, and there's a lot of really good stuff on there. There's original content, there's some box sets, a fair number of movies on there as well, plenty to keep you occupied. And that has a little banner on it that says Prime, so you know that's included in your subscription. There's also stuff that you can buy and rent. So you can rent a movie or buy a box set to own, and that's yours to keep, whether you're paying that monthly subscription. And sometimes people get a bit confused by that. I'm not talking about the stuff you pay extra. I'm talking about just the stuff, the streaming stuff that's included in the Prime subscription here. Now, if you are already getting Prime or you use all the different services, that £79 does represent pretty good value for money. You can also pay $7.99 a month to get all of that. So it does cost you a bit more cash over a year, but it gives you that flexibility to just chop and change when you aren't watching stuff, when you're not buying stuff, okay? Or if you just want the video, you don't want any of the extra Amazon bells and whistles, it is $5.99 a month, okay? The same price as that cheapest Netflix option. So if I could only have one of those three services, I would probably go with Netflix, I would say. Although, now Game of Thrones is finished, and unless some other massive must-see TV show comes along to Now TV, Netflix to me is the best one. But Netflix is very, very difficult to save money on. You are paying that full price. There's a 30-day free trial, and you can save 4% on gift cards for a little trick that I found, which I will link to in the notes. But otherwise, you are stuck on how much that costs. So if you want to pay less, then you're looking at Now TV and those special offers, or you're looking at Prime Video with all those little extras that come with it as well. So that's your three different options. I think really it comes down to, if you can, planning what you want to watch when you want to watch it, and cancelling any of the services when you're not watching them. If you really wanted to, you could get away with having all three of those, particularly if you use the different tricks and special offers to bring the price down. And it is still relatively affordable. I think you aren't getting value for money, as I said, if you are just watching a bit here and a bit there and a bit here, because really there's so much to watch. Just focus on one and then cancel it and focus on another. This is all about to change though, because now we have Apple TV Plus. This is going to cost you $4.99 a month, so the cheapest out of all of them. However, this only has original content, and it won't at launch have much original content. And what it does have, there will be a few episodes to start the series, and then the plan is to drop individual episodes every week like traditional linear TV. So this is definitely one that I would say to stay away from in the early days. Wait until there's a lot of content on there that you can go in and binge. Even though it's $4.99 a month, 60 quid a year is more than you need to, because let's say you wait 6 months, you could pay a tenner for 2 months and you could probably watch most of the content on there. Wait a year, pay another tenner and watch most of the stuff on there. So just be careful with Apple TV Plus that you do make sure you cancel that subscription. Now, if you have bought an Apple device, and there are certain ones included in this since September the 10th, 2019, you're actually going to get a year for free. You'll get 12 months trial for free. After that 12 months, they'll start charging you, so watch out for that. Put a note in your diary. But you've got 3 months from the 1st of November to claim your trial Okay, so I did buy myself a new phone. I'm going to wait until near the end of that 3 months to activate my trial, just so I can maximize what I can watch. And I don't have, there's been more content that's going to be released, and there will be potentially some must-see TV on there. Some really, really big names: Jennifer Aniston, Steven Spielberg, Oprah Winfrey. Lots of really big names involved in content for Apple TV Plus, so it might be something you want to check out at some point. There's also going to be a 7-day free trial, but again, I would wait until there's some stuff that you can watch in full rather than just a few episodes. Something we don't know when it's going to come to the UK, possibly early 2020, is Disney Plus. Now this I think will be quite a big one for people, because you will be able to get all the Disney movies, all the Star Wars movies, all the Marvel movies, as well as lots of original TV content around all of those. So there's going to be Star Wars TV series, Marvel TV series, new Lady and the Tramp versions and things like that for Disney, plus back catalogue, because they own Fox, so you've got all the Simpsons things on there. A lot to watch on there. Particularly, I think they're the kind of things that people really love, they're really big fans of, and they want to have it all the time. If you are someone who buys DVDs, this could be a good way to save money on your DVD collection. We don't know how much it's going to be right now in the UK. Say in America, Canada and Australia, they'll have it from late 2019 onwards. But when that does come, I think this is one, again, to think about, not going in for it all the time, every single month, just getting it when you can. The final paid one I want to tell you about, the other new one, is called Brit Boxes, comes from the BBC and ITV. And this is going to be essentially a back catalogue of lots and lots and lots of very, very good programming, comedy, drama, documentaries, reality from those broadcasters. Really good stuff. Now, at the moment, it's in beta. There is a 30-day free trial that you can have a look at. There isn't a huge amount of content on there. I think wait on that one until it's fully released, until there's even more, all the stuff on there, and you really get a sense of what there is to watch. There's also some of that stuff you can watch on places like Netflix. You can even watch some of the things on iPlayer right now. So it really does depend about how much you want to watch some of those older things. There's really quality stuff on there. Fawlty Towers, This Life, all sorts of things you might want to catch. But there's also some of the things you would hope to be on there aren't there. Now, they might come later, they might not, but there's no Line of Duty at the moment, for example. There's no classics such as Our Friends in the North. That's not on there. So I would avoid that one for now, but it will be $5.99 a month. Again, it might be something that once you've used the other ones, you want to sort of every now and again put in a month of BritBox and just feast on some classic TV shows. But I would think that one is probably the least important out of those other 5 services. And don't forget, with all of these, you've also got iPlayer. You've got Channel 4's all 4. You've got ITV Hub. You've got My5. You've even got UK TV. You've got their own on-demand player as well. They are all free. They won't cost you anything. And there is so much TV on there, so much quality TV and movies, that you actually probably will always find something decent to watch on one of those. iPlayer in particular, I think, although it's a bit annoying sometimes, but they're all a bit annoying in terms of navigation, it has lots and lots of really good stuff on there. Channel 4 has a really, really good back catalogue, but you do have to put up with adverts. In terms of value for money, they are the best ones you can use. Okay, they represent the best value for money, and you will always have them. So I really think if you are wanting to cut down how much you're spending on these subscription services on your TV, first of all, if you are paying for it, axe your Sky TV or your Virgin TV, whatever it is. You do not need that. Okay, you don't need to record stuff anymore. Life's moved on. You've got this on-demand stuff. We can watch it when we want. Okay. And then it's about prioritizing the free trials. And then when they're all gone, it's choosing the ones you want to watch, and just very, very simple. Get into the habit of cancelling it before the month's up, and then deciding at the start of the next month which one you want to try next. Whether you want to carry on with what you're watching because you're halfway through a series, or whether you want to give it something else a go. It can make a huge difference. If you are currently paying for 2 or 3 of these, if not 4, every single month, you easily could save yourself £100 by bringing it down to just 1 a month, if not more. Probably 150, 200 quid. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. Head over to becleverwithyourcash.com or look below for notes about ways to save on your TV viewing. Until next time, cheers.